we got him. We got him on the other end of that microphone. Way over there.
What are you going to do, Bobby?
Well, I thought I'd talk to the folks.
What are you going to do after that, Bobby?
Well, I thought I'd go home and
Come on, do something funny.
entertain my friends. This is what's known as dead air. You don't have to put up with it. There's a gentleman that's walking around here tripping over every wire that's available.
What, did you say your name was Bob Wire?
Wireless.
Barbed wire.
Barbed wire.
And get that straight.
Okay, honestly, folks, we got...
Honestly.
You got less than you think you've got.
We got somebody on the other end of the mic. Mr. Bob Weir.
Mr. Barbed Wire.
Just finished second out of the 3-note stand.
You mean I'm done?
Let's go.
That show is a relief, because I thought I was still going.
Shut up, Raka.
We can start with Grateful Dead Records. Is that a good place to start?
Oh, it's a wonderful place to start, really.
Yeah, give us
Well,
a
maybe
break
we can.
and let's get it together.
What's been happening with the new record?
Oh, I've been doing moderately well.
They've been playing it live.
On the radio?
No, not yet, but at the music hall. Live.
You lucky folks that got tickets can come down and hear most of the material live tomorrow night, and you unfortunate folks that didn't get tickets will have to stay home and buy the record. Buy it.
Wait for the sale.
Yeah, right.
Ron, would you like to talk about record company at all?
Talk about what?
Record company?
The record company.
And how it's that's
And now, here he is, Ron RAKOW, president of Grateful Dead Records Incorporated.
Thank you very much, folks. You want me to answer questions or make statements?
Make statements.
If I have to make statements, I have nothing to say, but I will answer any
Tell us all
question.
about the suppressed scandal.
Yeah. What's this we hear about superior pressings coming out of Grateful Dead Records?
Turn my microphone down,
I
please.
tried to destroy mine and haven't been successful. What do you make those records out of, Ron?
Engineers.
Ultonium. They're made out of ultonium. It's a brand new space-age miracle metal that doesn't respond to anything.
It's not based on petroleum, is that right?
It's based on absolutely nothing. You can't warp it, scratch it, set it on fire.
You can drive a truck over it.
You can drive a truck over it. You can put it through close it in a door, put it through a cement mixer, anything. It makes wonderful building material.
It sounds almost Arab to me, man.
That's the problem.
Right, getting copies here is
Did you say Arab?
story.
The only thing you can't do is comb your hair with it. Or brush your hair.
Or light your hair on fire.
French
You
faded.
can't see it in the mirror either. That's the really strange part. That's my question.
How many we sold, Ron? How many fans are there in you?
More than you got fingers and toes, I'll tell
Well,
you.
aside from my aunt and uncle, and my sister, we sold 9 others. Aside from my family.
That's 3 better than Warner Brothers. We're doing okay.
Not bad.
My aunt and uncle
Not
never
bad.
bought a Warner Brothers product in their life. They remember the cartoons, you know.
That's because they don't read Rolling Stone.
Yeah, Warner Brothers cartoons.
How about that roll? Did that do you justice? Was that a... They said a lot of things in there.
Turn my microphone down or I'll kill you.
Justice.
Yeah, we demand justice, man. You notice that Jerry...
Justice without mercy is meaningless.
Please, justice. Justice.
What was that, Ron?
Justice without mercy is meaningless.
Yeah.
Here it is, folks.
That's right. Justice is based on mercy.
Let's talk turkey here about the music business.
Boss 40, number 1.
We're headed for Christmas and the big sales. We are talking turkey. Wild turkey.
But let me talk a little turkey myself, please.
Are you going to be, one question I was going to ask you, are you going to be branching out and picking up smaller
Reaching
groups?
out. Branching out?
No.
We're gonna be
Branching out and picking up
in
The
every
answer
single
is no.
possible direction. Branching out, branching out, branching out.
Branching out.
We need more branches, Ron.
Branching out.
If you'd like to call up and say branching out, 536-8000,
It said branching.
the branching out phone.
Yeah.
We got people on the
Not
other
What
end.
do you
Grateful
mean
Dead
by
label,
that?
however.
There we
Okay.
are.
Grateful Dead Records just does Grateful Dead music. And any branching out will occur
Branching
on
out.
Round
Branching
Records
out.
or
Rucker Records?
Temporary
temporary records.
records,
Whatever
Records with a hole in the middle.
available records, or whatever such.
It's only a method, you know. by
We're
which
also
we-
thinking, Dufo, this is another good one. We're also thinking of respelling Grateful Dead Records. The records would be spelled with a W. It would be spelled WRECKORDS.
Have you ever heard the Dufo story? The Wally Cox Dufo story?
Let's hear it.
You've never heard that? Is it?
No, we've heard the Milton Berle Dufo
No, this is
story.
the Wally Cox Dufo
Okay,
story.
let's hear that.
Okay, let's.
No, go ahead, tell it before you play the music.
Yeah, get us off the hook.
This is BCN in Boston.
WBCN in Boston, Boss 40, number 1.
On the Skywalk.
3,
4, 5, 6,
Play that record.
7, 8,
Looking under between
Stein
one
has
and four.
got his fingerprints
Yeah.
on
Still a
you.
blue.
11. Polka time, ladies and gentlemen.
Play that record.
You knew about was by.
We had something occur last night.
No, this is the truth.
Yeah.
This really
Something happened last night over at the music hall. And
And this is the Lord's truth.
this concerns our chief engineer, Mr. Ron Wickersham, who never shows up at concerts, ever. Except when we have a real problem, and the music hall has been a real problem.
He's the guy that invents all of our transistors and stuff.
You know, puts it all together. He came from Ampex originally and built the first 16 tracks over there. And for some reason, he dropped out into our camp.
And it looks like it.
And when we do a Watkins Glen or a music hall in Boston, we need somebody like Wickersham who can make it all fit together. And last night, speaking of Dufos, you see, some Dufo came running through a plate glass window in the front of the music hall, right into the arms of Ron Wickersham,
Who
was just on his way to the stage, having been up for 24 hours. And all of a sudden, he's got this cut and bleeding crazy in his arms, and the police immediately close in to stop this guy from breaking into the music hall. But in the process, they've also got our chief engineer in their arms, right? And between the hall and the precinct station, they confused the two. And the guy that went running through the plate glass window went and got stitched up and sent home, and our chief engineer went to jail, and ultimately detox clinic or something. And because he'd been up
he
to...
was flipped out, hippie stoned on whatever.
Stitches.
He'd been up too long, and besides he had
Put
a
him in the
tag on.
drunk tank, Chief. Okay.
Right, so much for our Dufo story.
Okay, now here's the Saturday night
let's
horror
see, what else
movie.
we got?
Two Martians
Commander
ran
Cody,
into
huh?
each other on Mars. And the first Martian said to the second Martian, "You still living up there?" And the second Martian said to the first Martian, said, "No, I'm living way down there now."
Wrap him up in barbed wire.
And the first Martian said, "How come you're not still living up there?" And the second Martian said, "Well, I had a terrible fight with my landlady. It all started when she came over to collect the rent on the same day that my kid had a birthday.
Somebody get that creep out
And me and my old lady, we'd gone down and bought him a pet goo-goo.
you. Get him out of here. Get him out of
And we took him home and pinned him up, because you got to pin him up, you know that. And the landlady came over to collect the rent. And while she was collecting the rent, her kid got in with the pet goo-goo,
Listen to what he's
and the goo-goo ate him.
What kind of creep?
And when she found out about that, she come all unglued. She didn't like it one bit. She told us that we were pretty low life, etc., and we weren't supposed to have any pets living with us anyway, by the terms of the rent, and we were going to have to move out. We had broken our lease.
High rent.
And we thought, well, it wasn't that good to be a pad anyway, you know, low rent digs and all that. And we were packing up to move out. My kid got in with the goo-goo, and the goo-goo ate him too.
Hey, Keith, do you know the end of this story?
And my wife come all unglued.
Yeah.
She said that we should never have bought that goo-goo in the first place. And I lied as that was probably true. Good thing we got rid of that Goo-Goo, and I thought we might keep him. And she was mad about that. She was mad about losing our kid, and so I told her, well, we can have another kid anyway. And she said, what, to feed that Goo-Goo?
What will become? Who? Oh,
We're back.
what was that? What was that?
I dropped my watch, man.
Oh, too bad.
I was going to ask Ron. Ron RAKOW, you're president?
Yes.
Grateful Dead Records?
It
It was.
Cadillac Ron, he's known as.
How did it start from the original idea and whoops?
Oh, hey, what's a little water, man? Once I spill this.
Well, the original idea.
Write down a $80,000 recording cost.
Something's buzzing. Well, no, it's not buzzing.
The original idea, of course, was Let There Be Light. But after that idea came Grateful Dead Records. And that idea was
I never get it on with a watch.
passed on to me driving in a car one day. So the idea must have been in the car, and then we just acted upon it, and that's what happened.
Yeah, it all started at the Carousel Ballroom.
Oh, it all started prenatally. No question about it. One has to be genetically selected to start a record company, or else it's not going to work.
There is always a question.
See, that was the whole point of Hitler's experiments.
Question.
Get to the next question.
We
It's
must
getting
find
heavy.
the answers.
Next, would we like questions that listeners have been calling in?
Sure.
Any question, on any subject.
To Bob
any
Weir.
subject.
Who is Ron Wickersham? I think we explained that. How many Heinekens did
Oh, how many Heinekens? What, do we drink at every gig?
did Phil S. drink tonight?
Oh, did Phil
specifically?
drink tonight?
I think we might have
Well,
the
I'll
answer
tell you
to
what,
that.
in the first set, I happen to know that because part of my gig...
That's personal.
Oh, no, wait a
information.
minute,
That's
man. You
personal.
can't be great for my gig. Part of my gig is like, I'm Phil Lesch's spear monitor, see? And so, like in the first set, he did 2 bottles, but I actually opened 3, but the second one wasn't exactly at the right temperature. And so he had to reject it. So I had to open another one. And on the second one, he drank it all except for about an ounce left in the bottom. However, on the second set, he drank 2 Heinekens, and then he really stretched out, man. Just before the last song, he drank a Budweiser. Yeah, it was heavy. What's the next question?
I'd really like to talk about the record. The record company is something that is unprecedented, I think, as far as groups are concerned. Is doing their own records.
No, he's the president. Man.
And it's a new.
I beg your pardon, I didn't hear the first
Right.
part of your question. There was this young lady, you see, and if there's one thing more interesting than records, it's ladies. So repeat.
The question would just be, what is the state of it now and in the future?
Does not
Is this microphone on?
As the microphone goes in flames.
The record company at this present time is
rephrase the question.
Does not compute.
50%, 15% above moderately successful, and the state of it in the future is
What exactly
very
does that
optimistic.
Too much.
Distribution is you dump the
Dumped?
the
I
good
beg your
humor,
pardon?
the good humor distribution.
Yeah,
Well,
the good humor idea sort of dumped itself. It involved too much excess capacity. Excess capacity, of course, is very dangerous. It leads one to
Access accessity,
right. Of course.
which is the
Of
heavy
course.
one.
It's the next step before angina pectoris, for which you need amyl nitrate, for which we
Right.
should have some right this very moment.
Everybody watch out for
The last time I did amyl nitrate was when we were in a hotel in New York. All right, everybody straighten up. We're on the air.
Get on the mic.
Okay, ask the Dufo question. We'll give you the straight answer.
We're going to give you. We should give out the answer then and have people.
All right. Give me the answer.
The answer is
Back out.
The answer is that There's very little real difference except in the tone and texture and the enthusiasm of the people involved. The question is up to you.
We want to know the question that inspired that answer. 5368000, and they'll write them down. We'll pick the right one. The one closest.
You got it.
Closest
Want
to
some
that.
more answers? The answer is actually quite successfully at great effort. That's answer number 2. Answer number 3.
Answer number 3 is a little bit harder.
It is hard because we did try very hard to put out a record that weighed exactly 140 grams, plus or minus 5%, and had no clicks and pops and scratches and what have you. But the vinyl crunch got us into a little crunch. So what we managed to do was minimize the rate of defectives. The question is where do we go from here?
Why is it all happening now? Sparky.
Oh yeah, there I was.
Oh yeah? Oh, you really got a neat voice.
This is the unknown. This is the unknown.
Garbage can.
Third.
Far around.
Mark, all alone. What?
Are you listening?
Huh?
Fox is flying.
Am I on?
Fox is flying.
Oh yeah.
Well,
you're
that
about to
case.
hear,
Oh yeah, I see.
We're gonna hear the
Okay.
Sparky in the ass.
Anyway, there I was, man. I didn't know what was going on. I was in the machine all by myself, and the next thing I know, this little guy popped up on my garbage can, dumping footage all over my cables and the machine, and the monster wouldn't run any longer, and I was stuck there in space in the void. And the next thing I know, the brakes wouldn't work, and I was going down the hill, and the truck was just picking up speed, and it was all over for me. I felt death knocking at my door. It was all over, and then the guy started screaming, and a big mother comes along and helped me out. The mother was there. The great mother of Mars had come to save me from the raving maniac who had dumped footage all over my machine. It was a terrible moment. It wasn't?
Huh?
Oh? Yes, it was like that, yes.
6-2 and even.
No, it was smoking at the end. At the end of coming out, it was smoking, I tell you.
Smoking, man.
Smoking, man. And then the next thing I know is it just got smaller and smaller and smaller until I felt nothing, no pain, no worries anymore. It was all over. It was finished. But then the next thing I know, I tasted dirt, and I knew I was there. I landed, finally landed, finally made it there.
Can we hear the other story, the story we didn't hear of Sparky and the ass bites?
Oh, that was it. I was just
got
telling you all about how we
the
had
ass
just...
bites from hell, only we just changed it to the ass bites from Mars.
Well, see, we had just landed, man. I'm getting to that point. I thought it was all over because we were coming in and it was too fast and the brakes would slow us down and we
Jack and Joe went up the hill.
No brakes.
And the next thing I knew, it was all over the road, man. It was all over the road. And I was in this little sardine can all of a sudden. And there was people all over wondering who the hell I was.
Wanting to get your autograph, take
yes, it was incredible, and they were. What is this? Are they still in there? Are they still in there? Where is he? Where'd they all go? Where'd they all go?
So
Man, what happened to them?
was just scattered out all over the freeway. So we did the only thing that any honorable gentleman could do. We grabbed all the equipment and set it up and blew an immediate set right on the spot.
Right.
You know,
yes.
And they loved it so much in Texas, they tried to make us their National Lampoon. However, we escaped.
Yes, it was lovely. Yes, lovely. I remember it all now, getting back on the road again, on my way to my destination, when suddenly it was
Sparky,
it was there.
Work.
No, again? Well, the next thing I know, I was in San Antonio, man, singing away, and there was nothing there, man, and Mr. Dufo, he showed up too, man, and it was just an incredible scene. You should have seen Mr. Dufo there, and he said, "Man, where'd you come from?" And I said, "Man, I'm Sparky and the ass bites from Mars, man, and here's the ass bites." And there they were on the stage. They had just materialized right on time as usual.
Of course, it was a hassle, man, because our phasers weren't working right, man.
Oh, man.
Just barely made it on stage and just...
They're coming to take me away, haha.
They made it. They finally came in through the squad. And next thing I knew, I was in the I think Dilbert could tell you, but Mr. Dufo over here on my right could tell you even better.
Oh yeah,
but he's hiding. He's very
rare commodity, a bolo.
A bolo, yes,
Not
yes,
a bozo.
folks.
but a bolo. And, there's so
And everybody
few
knows
bolos,
about
and they go
hypocrisy.
into
When the
migration
bolos
so
and the
often.
bozos get together, it's you know, it's when it is. And the bolos, they just don't know how to handle it quite right yet. And we're trying to bring him along, and maybe he can take it. He's pulling out something to steady his nerves, and I think he will be able to do it in just a moment. Folks, you will hear the first live conversation with a bolo.
But first the sound of him hitting himself in the head with a hammer.
Well, we haven't taught him about that yet.
Oh, gee whiz, man, don't do that.
No one's brought it up.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
But however, he has learned a couple of words.
Yes, please speak them to us, please.
Well, we took real good care of him, arrested him well, and trained him really good. So if possibly, folks, if we're real lucky,
well maybe if we tell him that Mr. Dupa will be here shortly,
he'll give the magic answer to the universe
that he will have to speak. He's still doing it. He's not quite got it together yet. Well, anyway, like I was saying, there we were.
You try to tell him that he can't. Himself in the head.
Well, he doesn't know the question yet. See, that's the problem. We told him the answer, but he doesn't know the question.
Well, see, he's coming up with the question. He does. But right now he's tuned into the cosmos.
Well, he was in the void vicinity of 48th Street and the Empire State Building the other day. This side of the Earth, or this side of the universe, I guess you would have to say, meaning that the Earth is all, and we go on into the stratosphere, man. Oh boy.
Oh, damn poor bolo.
Well, anyway, I was talking the other day to the Prez, and the Prez said to me, he says, "Man, I really need something to do in my spare time." And I said, "Well, look, you could come with us on this wonderful trip, and we'll get you right back where it is." And he said to me, "Well, teach me, man. I forgot what it was all about. Teach me." So St. Dilbert, he came along. St. Dilbert came along and said, "Son, we'll show you the way. Climb up there, up in the skies, and help that man with his load." And immediately he said, "What? Well, I don't know. It's been so long." And immediately he said, "Well, okay, I'll do it, man." And he ran right out there and helped our one of my favorite friends, man, Mr. Young Joe Jr.
Hey, Joe.
You don't know Young Joe Jr.? His father passed away quite a while ago. He was quite a help in the Second World War. But
you got to be careful about fathers.
I think we got to give these people a reward that are listening to this.
Right.
Yeah, really.
Let's play that song which we were
I think.
Yeah.
Let's play that song.
Like
we
had
were
it.
play.
We got it underneath.
Even
Let's just righteously
don't mess with the flow. Don't mess with the flow.
Right on.
Don't mess with the flow.
he spoke, folks. He spoke. A bolo is just spoken.
We're on.
Okay, we're on. What was that?
Holy moly, we're on.
Oh, what was that you were just playing?
That was a resounding sound
That
truth.
Okay, well,
They put a contact mic on my brain.
was Warner Brothers vinyl. That's the kind of thing they invest their vinyl with.
all right. Well, we've got
Jeppelina production.
we've got a request going out here.
Oh, is this request night already?
Yeah, already we've heard from a lot of people on the telephone that this town is big on reggae music.
And this one is for
Riggy.
To John Brody, who has the best reggae collection in town.
That is true, you know that.
End zone. I saw it all happen. It was right before my very eyes.
And who missed the Grateful Dead tonight?
There was 10 seconds to go.
He was going, man. It was just at the beginning.
9.
No, it was just starting. He hauled, man. And the crowd just couldn't believe it. There they were, ahead. For the first time ever, ahead in the beginning. In the beginning, they were ahead. And then it was all
20 and counting. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. We have ignition. 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff.
They tell me Earth will fly up in the sky.
Hello there. Gulp.
Read it. Let's all get serious for a minute.
Okay, but I mean really, man. I mean really, you know, I mean really.
As you look forward, you have
in front of you the best, the worst, the best, the worst.
I mean, really, folks, as you travel down the road of life,
Watch
can
that
I
road.
say?
Watch that road.
Oh,
Is this the right one?
Yeah. Leave this one.
It'll dish it out. The best and the worst.
Shoe fly.
And then flies are part of the worst.
You got to give credit for that one, or responsibilities. Excuse me.
Or right place.
Dan Healy taking these.
Griff record.
Good, good.
Rick
No.
Martel.
Here's Bob.
Yeah.
Bobby Martell.
Oh, easy.
What are we doing?
My headphones.
I'm trying to see if these are on.
Are they on? This one sounds like the song.
Can you even hear me?
Oh, I can. Okay.
Yeah, we
Is
We're all
this-
set.
Is this microphone actually working?
We're all set. We got Electric Lou in the other room. Is he still there? Did he nod out?
Here
Okay, we're all set.
Hey,
He's
right behind you.
Can we hear your deep
Here he is. Oh, here he is.
Hey, do you think I have a deep voice? Kind of husky?
Pretty husky.
It's these FM microphones. They really bring out the bass.
Well, listen, Weir and I have
don't.
been answering the telephone.
What have you found on the telephones?
Well,
That's
we
what I was
found
going
that
to
there's
ask
a
you.
lot of people
talking.
listening. There's a lot of people talking, too, yeah.
Is it possible to throw the telephones open to communicate between ourselves and the masses?
The man. That's us, man. Look how many people are in this studio.
That's not the masses, that's the Masons.
Can we do that?
Right. And you know the
Can we
Mason.
talk to the Mesa?
Bring on the Masons.
I think the nearest equivalent is...
I don't want to talk to any of them.
See what they're talking
The last time I talked to a Mesa.
BCN.
He talked to me, and that blew it.
Okay.
Does your phone go on the
You
air?
like to hear some who?
We can't do phones without
Uh-huh.
delay.
Grateful
Oh,
Dead?
wonderful.
Well,
Slap it into the leg. We'll give him 7 Street.
we're still close to all you doofos out there.
As close as your radio.
Off the street and closer to the doofos.
And as far as John Brady's record collection goes, we like it a lot. And we're real happy that you made some money on the Grateful Dead tickets tonight that you sold out in front. And we'll be back to
Did we publicly...
harass you tomorrow.
Wait a minute, did we
your
publicly
conscience.
apologize for that
Do you
fiasco?
really think that you should have
Did we, Rob?
listened to the voice of
You
conscience?
have not as of yet. But,
Oh yeah, well you understand, folks, that we've been playing in
Your
these ice
conscience
rinks,
is talking.
and we've been
This is
playing
your
in big
conscience,
halls with
John.
12, 18,000 tickets for sale, and all of a sudden we came to Boston, and
Yeah,
we just had 4,000
This is your
tickets a night,
conscience
and
speaking.
we're sorry you didn't all get in there, and you can't come all 3 nights. But it's a different situation, and we wanted to get into small halls again, and we're real happy that we did. We see what we've been missing.
Much groovier.
Yeah.
We did something actually really, really significant in that this is the first time we've ever geared ourselves to small halls with the equipment that we've been using in the big halls.
Right.
And the total product resulted in an absolutely new kind of setup where the sound has the most possibilities it can
Right.
have. And not only that, but
You might be
being
able to
geared
carry
for
over into
larger
the big
halls,
halls.
Oh man.
It's extremely comfortable in small halls.
Well, all you people that saw that system tonight, all of that stuff stretched out over their heads, above the band's heads. That
God bless
pantry
you.
full of speakers. Yeah.
Is it
that
first?
looked that was brand new to
That's
us
a rock and
also.
roll first. Yeah.
Right. It looked strange to us as well at first. You understand? But you can imagine what the crowd thought for 2 hours to say.
Well, we got used to it.
realized right away it was weird.
And
Well,
they
listen, another
patiently
thing that
watched
we-
us put that together, and it did come together, and it sounded great. And we're still working all the flaws out of it. What few flaws remain.
I mean,
no
what other
song.
concert can you go to and expect something besides a regular show? You know, how many times can you go to?
Well,
a
I
concert
can't
and
think
have
of
it
any
be
other-
2 hours late.
This Boston City Music Hall is the only hall where we've been constantly confronted with crises after crises.
By the
year
way, if
after year.
there's anybody listening out there that was there last night, not tonight, but last night, and was confronted with our 2-hour late show, thank you for waiting.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're very glad that you enjoyed the show, and thanks for all the big hands that you gave our equipment guys as they piled those speakers up on the gantry.
And it's going from vine
tonight
to vine
it was
up there.
only a half an hour wait.
Yeah, you owe it all to Gorillaism.
Yeah, tomorrow night the Gorillas might have it on time. They don't wear watches.
They don't take all those speakers down each night and put them all back up.
Only half
Oh yeah,
of them.
we take them down, polish them.
And one other thing.
We talk to them.
One other
that's
thing,
all part
I'd like to apologize on behalf of the band for
Don't
a
apologize.
high ticket price.
Don't apologize.
That was we have yet to be able to figure out where that happened.
How they got to be
worked it
so
out.
expensive.
Yeah, we worked it out
Well,
with the
there's so
promoter,
few
and
of
they were
them, you know.
supposed. They were
You
supposed
get guys
to be a
like
certain
John
price.
Brody selling tickets out in front for $50 a piece. You just can't lose. I mean, if I had 2 tickets for $50, I'd probably sell them as well.
Well, nonetheless, we had the tickets advertised and sold for a much lower price, and when we got here, we found out that they'd been sold for a much higher price, and we don't make any more money, and I don't think even the promoters make any more money, and we don't know where it's gone to or what
John Brody,
happened.
man.
But we're finding out, and we'll keep you posted.
The abbreviations are RO.
Hey, Brody, you made enough to retire. We'll see you down in Jamaica.
Right, this
Come,
is God talking.
Right.
John.
Hey, how about some music? We're tired of rapping, and you're tired of listening to
Who's
this.
tired of rapping? I was just getting warmed up.
Yeah, these guys could go on all night, and we understand you're getting bored, everybody. So
You're not getting bored. Believe me, you're not getting bored. You're not
You're
getting
not
bored.
getting bored. You're not
just
getting
beginning to
bored.
cultivate your
You're not
interest.
getting bored. You're not getting
Listen
bored.
to
The more you
Dan
talk, the more you want to hear.
Hot Lips.
When I was just a little bitty kid, I remember one thing Mama said. Daddy sends you all of his love from Frisco Bay. Well, I
Back on the air? Are we back on
We're
the air?
back. We're live.
Well, I have a number of questions here. I'm Bob Weir with the Grateful Dead, and I'm going to answer some questions here.
Questions, some answers, I think.
The first question is to me. What are the future plans of the Grateful Dead? And I'll tell you, we're going to play the ball as it lies, simply. What we were going to do originally was they were going to give me the answers. A number of people had formulated some answers to these questions, and they were going to give me the answers, and I was going to guess the questions. But that sheet of answers has disappeared, so I'm going to read the questions and answer them. The second question is, how many
beers, Heineken.
Heineken's.
How many Heinekens LSD can the Grateful Dead consume in an hour? Or how many probably drops of LSD can... Your guess is as good as mine.
Oh, that must be the bogus questions.
That's a bogus question. If you got a set of...
Oh, here's the question to Bob Weir. How many Heinekens did Phil Lesh drink tonight?
I believe he drank 5.
No, he must have drunk more than that.
I don't think so. I don't think he drinks that many on stage. Tonight, altogether, he probably drank,
35.
11. No, I say 11 or 12.
Okay, 11 or 12. You're more... Yeah, you're right.
I'm an expert on the subject, believe me. Did your people read Don Juan, and what do you think of it? Well, some of us read Don Juan, and some of us didn't.
Some of us thought about it, and some of us didn't.
Right, if I can't turn you into a sorcerer in 7 days, I'll turn myself into a jelly donut.
No, if I can't turn you into a jelly donut in 7 days.
I'll turn myself into a sorcerer?
No, I'll sorcerer myself.
A rabid armadillo.
A saucer of coffee and a jelly.
Listen, you got something against Andy Bruce, man.
Explain hypocrisy. No, thank you.
Oh, here. Question
Right, the
6.
question is no, thank
Question 6 to Bob Weir. Are the Dead turned off by this evening's Boston audience?
No more so than by any audience we've ever met. Boston is a real live audience. They're an appreciative audience, and we
and
dig
a
that.
rare home away from home.
Really, and we dig that kind of energy being fed back to us.
Thank you,
Boston
Bob Weir.
audience.
Now, the next question is to Bob Weir.
Coming to you live and direct from the number 1.
Boss 40, number 1, and the hits keep just... wait a minute.
Okay, back to Bob Weir. A listener says that you'd be making someone very happy if El Paso is played tomorrow night. Will you play El Paso tomorrow night?
Probably.
Folks, the mood here is tense as he approaches the microphone.
Signed, Wicked I can't. Is that Felina?
Wicked, evil, and you know it's good for you.
Felina. Well, listen,
Felina.
Felina, write your request on a $100 bill and send them forward.
Rose's Cantina. Okay. To Bob Weir. When is the company going to realize profits?
As soon as Rose's Cantina gets a jukebox.